Hey everybody, it's Robin with Creativity RV, and this is where I woke up today. This is not Walmart. I got to spend the night at a beautiful winery in Oregon. Those are the vineyards behind me. And today I'm going to tell you how I found this place, how I got permission to stay overnight, and what it was like. I am just completely blissed out today. I woke up in the lushest, most green rainforest of Oregon, down by the Blue River, and then I went to some hot springs and drove for a couple of hours down this windy scenic route that was ideal, and spent some time in Corvallis, which is just outside of my next stop. Thanks to Harvest Hosts, I am going to spend the night right there in the vineyards with Harvest Hosts, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. I'm going to take you guys with me, show you what it's like to spend the night at a winery. Towards the Oregon coast where I've never been. I'm super excited, and the drive from Blue River to the coast was like 4 hours, and I didn't really want to drive that far, so I pulled out my Harvest Host map, and there were tons of wineries and museums and farm stands and farmers markets and all kinds of stuff up all the way up into Washington. And so I chose one that was along my route, and I called them a couple days ago, and they put me on the list of people that can stay tonight, which is great because, you know, after going to a hot springs this morning and I took a little hike, I really didn't want to drive that far. I only wanted to drive for a couple of hours, so this is ideal. That's one of the things I really like about Harvest Hosts. You can find a lot of them just on your route to where you're going, and it's a nice way to see an area and stop along the way. So you're not just driving and driving and driving to get to your next destination, which means you're too tired to enjoy it anyway. I just want to stop and actually see things and meet people and experience the local towns. Here we are. This is Emerson Vineyards. I'm going to spend the night here. Wow. There's the tasting room. I'm just going to park over here until they tell me where to go. Oh, there's an Airstream over there. That must be the spot for RVs. I have neighbors. I've never had a neighbor at a Harvest Host ever. So that's nice. This looks pretty level back here. I think I'll just park behind them. This works for me. Let's go check it out. What do you think, big boy? Do you like the winery? Not bad, right? Oh, there are the vineyards, and here's us. You like it? Yes, you're such a good boy. This is what I got here at Emerson Winery, and I have to say, I'm not a big wine drinker, and usually when I go to Harvest Host locations, I can find something at the wineries that I want to purchase, but during the tasting, I tried this Bijou, which is it's like a port, and it was so delicious that I ended up getting a bottle for Doug and I to drink when I see him next, and one for my parents for Thanksgiving, because it was like the perfect thing to have over a Thanksgiving meal, and the bottles are tiny, so that was perfect for me too. Really, really enjoyed my stay here. As soon as I walked into their tasting room, there was a group of people over to one side laughing and having a good time, and there was a lovely couple up at the counter getting a tasting with the owner of the winery, whose name is Tom, and he and his lovely wife were just amazing. It was almost like staying around a campfire, you know, where you just get to know people for the first time and you feel like you've known them forever. That was my experience here at Emerson. I'm always fascinated with people that follow their dreams, and Tom, the owner, and his son started this winery, and it's named after Tom's grandfather. I hope I don't mangle this story, Tom, but his first and middle name were Emerson Waldo, like the writer, and there was another grandfather named Revere Paul. So his first name was Revere, and the other grandfather's name was Emerson, and that's where the name for the winery came from. But you know, before I started coming to Harvest Host, I had never been to a wine room to do a tasting. It wasn't pretentious, it wasn't expensive, it was just a way for me to see a local area and meet some local people and have an experience that I wouldn't have if I had just stayed on I-5 going up the coast. I never would have seen this place. Instead, I pulled off the highway about 8 miles to get to this beautiful place. I woke up, I'm in no hurry, it's almost noon now, so I'm getting ready to go, and they could not have been greater hosts, and I thank them so much. And thank you to Harvest Hosts, because for $79 a year, I have access to all these wineries and farms and museums that I love to stay at, and I just think it's still like the best deal. Oh, and by the way, you guys, of course, as always, if you join Harvest Hosts, you can get 15% off your membership if you use the code that I pinned at the top of comments below. So no Walmarts or Cracker Barrels for me on this trip. I am Harvest Hosting it and then boondocking it all the way up the coast. So stay tuned, you guys, because I'm going to show you some more of those travels, and I hope to see you all on the road someday soon. Until then, everybody have happy travels and be free.